Hello, Facebook fans and YouTube fans of DX Engineering. It is finally Friday afternoon here in the Eastern time zone of the USA. It's 2100 Zulu on December 16th, 2022. And this is the weekend special where you never know what you're going to get. But today we have a real superstar lineup. We've got Otis, NP4G, and Adrian, KO8SCA. These guys are going to Bouvet.
That's right.
The worst place on earth.
That's right. That's right. Yeah.
And these guys are going to be set up and on the air for 2 weeks. Adrian, what in the heck are you doing going to Bouvet?
Well, if you go to and look in the book of records, it says it's the most remote uninhabited place on earth. So I guess that says it all. You know, who wouldn't want to go there? They say that a lot more people have flown in space than step foot on Bouvet. So I guess it's a good place to go.
Hey, Otis, I know you from coming here to K3LR, and we're so happy to have you on the Bouvet team. I mean, what was going through your mind when you said, yes, I want to go?
Well, I'll tell you the story quickly. I get a text message from Ken, LI7JIA, and it's actually weird because normally when I text somebody, I just go straight to the point. So he says like, hey, Otis, how's family? I'm like, what do you mean about how's family? And then they said, sure, everybody's fine. It was like Christmas time last year. And then how'd you like to go to Bouvet? And then he said, this amount of time, money, blah, blah, blah. And then I called him. We spent an hour on the phone. I'm like, dude, come on. Explain to me, what are we doing? Okay, so he goes through the whole thing. And I tell him, give me a few days. Let me think about it and clear out with the wife after a nice dinner with champagne. And she said yes with the back of her teeth. And I said, Kenny, I'm in. So they did another interview and signed all the paperwork. And, it's been a year of preparation for me. But most of these guys, they've been prepping for like 2 or 3 years. So, I mean, Adrian is constantly on a DXpedition. So he's always on the expedition mode, even when he's in New York. I know that.
He shows up from everywhere. And Adrian...
Adrian, you're trying to do the in-person DXCC? Is that what you're trying to make? How many countries you got so far?
I'm getting close to 100. So
right,
yes.
There you go. You should get him a certificate at some point.
So, Adrian, do you see the website?
Yep.
Let's see. Yes.
Good. All right. So, take us through the website here on. Let's see. What are you guys doing here? Latest news. Latest news. Propagation.
But believe it or not, then we have their propagation poll. Basically, this is something new that's had never been done at the expedition. What we do is we ask people to go to our website, fill in that very quick and short form. We gather the details, and we use that together with the statistics software. So when the operators are on the island, working the pileups, and they happen to pick up a week or a station that previously put in their information in the poll, it will help us figure out how to improve on the fly to work the little guy, with the wire in an attic and 100 watts.
Boy, that's really cool. I don't think I've seen that before. Let's talk about the operations and the band plans that you've got, Adrian.
Yep. Well, we're going to be active from 160 to 10 meters. We are the expedition focused on human modes. What that means is CW and SSB. That will be the majority of our contacts. And of course, we also have the new FT8. And we, again, something new for the expedition is the fact that we're going to do the so-called SO2R, meaning single operator, 2 radios. So while an operator does, a pile up in CW with maybe 4 or 5 QSOs a minute, the same exact operator can also connect to an FTA computer, part of the network there and on Bouvet, and work additional QSOs and FT8. So that could double the QSOs. Remember, our goal is to put in a log at least 200,000 QSOs. And more importantly, we want to have at least 50,000 unique call signs. that means we achieved the goal of getting the little guy, like I said, with the wire and an attic and 100 watts, the little pistols.
Adrian, this thing. I mean, look at this schematic. I mean, it's amazing what you're going
Well,
to do.
that's like K3LR on a field day, basically. It's kind of like what it looks like.
Otis, it's amazing.
Yeah, I mean, there's so much
Yes, the
planning
amount of
and
component.
oh my God, it's yeah. Go ahead, Adrian. Go ahead. I'm sorry.
No, I didn't want to interrupt, but see, basically, the expedition is unique, at least for me, compared to the previous 32 other expeditions that I've been into, part of, is the fact that the preparations took almost 3 years. That's a lot of preparations because we have more than 7 tons of equipment that we're going to be bringing on Bouvet in order to be able to operate the pile-ups and be self-sufficient on the island for 22 days. So we're guaranteed by contract that we will be on the island for 22 days, almost 3 weeks. Which that means, 12 radios for 13 operators. That's a lot of equipment, and that says it all. And actually, as a matter of fact, we just updated a few components there, and shortly in a day or two, we'll probably upload it to the website. It's a lot of details, it's because it requires a lot of, for example, you have 12 antennas on a space that's not bigger than a football field, and then you could have interference. What do? You have to think about receive antennas, about filtering properly, grounding, and all these technical details. How do you put the antennas so there is little interference between one another? How do you distribute the equipment so that the power is evenly distributed? We have 4 generators and a 5th one for backup, and each generator is 5.5 kilowatts. We have to make the system in such a way so that, if you put 1.5 kilowatts on the 160 meter, you want to make sure that you could, the other stations are not going to be starved of power. What you have right there on the screen right now is actually an exact footprint of our camp. Basically, it's exactly how the antennas are going to be located. In the middle there, you see the 3 tents, our shack, the sleeping tent, and the socializing tent where we're going to have our meals and meetings. And right below the tents, we have the generators. You have to think of details like, okay, if I put the generator far enough, I will not have noise from the generator. But if the generator is too far, then you're going to have voltage drop on a power wire. So it's not like you can just, let me go there, connect everything, and let me go to the pile-up. Like I said, 3 years of preparation almost. That's quite a bit of work.
And Otis, have you bought into this whole? I mean, this is a lot of work.
Yeah, that's why they hired me, actually. No, actually, I'm the youngest one of the team, and they're looking for young and nice looking people like Adrian and myself. But but it's a lot of work. I mean, at least personally, prepping, going to the gym 3 times a week. We're all in getting in our best shape of our lives, and we just can't wait to not only get to Bouvet but come back from Bouvet and put a good show for the DX community out there.
So Otis, you're one of a couple of doctors that are on this trip. Who are the other doctors?
Yeah, there's
have doctors.
Yeah, there's 3 of us actually. 2 medical doctors, ER doctors, Mike AB5EB, and then also Bill KO7 sugar, and then I'm the dentist, so I'm the 3rd person there. Yeah, so I don't want to drill cavities or take care of stuff. So everybody had to get their dental checkup. I make sure that was done. But you never know, some trauma, somebody gets slammed in the face or they pop a tooth, we'll be ready for it. I got my
could happen.
So we're just taking care of everything for everybody.
Did you guys go to Norway or did you? I mean, I guess in the last month or so there was training going on. What happened there?
You've been training the whole time. Go ahead, Adrian. You've been to Norway like 5 times this year, I guess.
Yeah, it's like I said, a lot of preparations. And one of the items that we wanted to do was training on how to walk on a glacier. So basically, walking on a glacier is like learning how to walk again. It's absolutely different than walking. So the idea is very simple. So a few of us from the team met there in Norway. We hired a local expert that's been on a lot of glaciers around the world, and we met somewhere in Norway on the biggest European glacier with, sorry, a name that I can't pronounce. And we were there for about 4 days. So what we did is this training, which mostly focused on um, safety measures, issues to make sure that we learn what the procedure is in case there is an issue. Now, this is for this whole training is for a backup um, procedure. Let's say, normally we will be landing on the beach on Cape Fear on Bouvet, and then from the beach we're gonna climb about a 30 feet cliff, and on top of this cliff is this area where the camp is going to be. The reason we do so is because you want to be away from the wildlife. We're going to have a lot of antennas and guy wires and a lot of people, so that cliff is where we want to be. Also, we gain 30 feet on top of the 30 something feet for our mass, and that's basically the recipe for a good antenna. And but so getting onto that cliff, there's a possibility to walk on the incline. It's not a long walk, maybe 100 feet of walking. We also have the ability to scale it with a very large ladder, which we are bringing with us. We have a 30-feet ladder with us. But if these two approaches fail for whatever reason, the third backup solution is to climb the glacier, maybe 100 feet away, cross the glacier, get to the camp, set up everything that's needed to bring everybody else from the team to that camp. So that's why we went to this course for glacier climbing, to use it as a backup procedure in case the normal approach doesn't work for whatever reason.
Very, very cool. Let's
Not
go
only
to
that,
the
yeah, but not only that, Tim, I just want to add quickly. They also in October they did some climbing courses up in Norway for the team. They also met up in April, so for the final tent, and the Norwegian team. I mean, they've been working and putting together in September to send the container with stuff. That's already in BP8. I mean, it landed in Falkland Islands a few weeks ago. So local team of ham operators there, they're taking care of it while we get there. So
that's very cool, and it's good to know that the equipment is already there. I want to go to the chat room, and we've got Whiskey Juliet 3 United is on, and Ray Higgins, W2 Radio Echo, big fan. Let's go Bouvet. And from Philadelphia, we've got that, and Whiskey 6 Bravo Juliet Radio is on, and also our friend Greg, who is one of our writers on All Bands. November Charlie 7 Bravo. I'll be looking for 3Y0J on the bands, and our resident pilot, Whiskey 7 Juliet Echo Tango. And I love these 2x4s. You know I've talked about these, Otis. Here, Victor Kilo 4 Fox Alpha Bravo Quebec, with the four letters in the suffix. And we've got some other guys on here as well. November Chew Alpha Juliet. He's the East Coast pilot.
Yes, our East Coast pilot. That's correct.
East Coast pilot is on here today. Steve is on here. And we've got from New Zealand, and the sun just came up over there. We've got Zulu Lima 1 Mike Hotel Sierra is on with us. And let's see, who else do we have? We got W8 November Echo Tango. Gene is on. He's anxious to work Bouvet. And Oscar November 3 Whiskey Zulu is on. And of course, Bob the Traveler, WD8NVN, he says he needs Bouvet for DXCC 331. So it'll be a
wow.
new entry for him.
Nice.
And that goes to what you were saying, Adrian, about all-time new ones, right?
Yes, that's the main focus here. That's correct. And it's only going to be on Bouvet. We only had one DXpedition before in 1989, December 1989, January 1990. They made about 40,000 QSOs, and that's when most people had Bouvet confirmed. Most of the other visits to Bouvet were, just a few hundred QSOs at a time. And compared to our plan of a minimum 200,000 QSOs, that's quite a big difference. So we're looking to make a lot of people happy.
Right. And it looks like you're going to do that. From Italy, it's India Zulu 2 Oscar Delta Mike is on. And Phil says, this is Kilo 8 Echo 8 Mike Echo Papa. I got to see you guys in Dayton this year and donate. Hopefully you're getting closer to closing the gap. How's the fundraising going, Otis?
Well, it's been going well. We're about 98% funded. We're short about 15,000 right now, US dollars. So we're looking in good shape, and hopefully, as most people keep helping out and donating, and we get the word out, we could close that gap before we depart. So we're praying for it. And the good thing is, please help us out, because otherwise, the operators, we have to put in more money. So yeah, we're already at our limits, basically.
and we've got one of our DX engineering sales guys on here is Scotty Meyer, and a big DXer, Kilo Golf 9 Zulu, part of the DX engineering sales team. And we've got John on, Kilo Bravo 3 Hotel. Best of luck, Otis and Adrian. My beam is pointed at 138 degrees, and I'm ready to roll.
Yeah, John's being smart. He should keep it there in case the rotor fails. He'll still be able to work us.
That's right.
Yeah. Good job, John.
Keep halfway there.
Keep the amplifier on.
That's right.
So Whiskey 3 Tango Bravo is on from the Tennessee Contest Group. And Fox 5 Tango Golf Radio. After 32 years of waiting, time is now. Coming soon. Bouvet, CWSSB, and Adrian, I love hearing the focus is on the old modes.
Yes, we in our team we have a few diehard CW operators. We have 4 FOC members. We also have 2 members that are really, really in love with the Reedy. They're going to do that as well. And quite a few people that like to talk. So SSB will be definitely there.
Well, yeah. I've seen Otis go on SSB, and he's really good.
We'll do it.
He's really good. We have Grace on, Kilo Echo 8 Radio Juliet United, and Grace is she's part of a ham family, and she's really good on the satellites, but we've been working her on HF, and I know she's excited to work Bouvet. We got Whiskey 4 Papa Golf, and from Tunisia, 3 Victor 8 Sierra.
Oh,
there we go.
Woo-hoo.
Hello.
Ash is on. And
well, for 160, we have a 2 kilowatt amplifier. We received permission from the Norwegian government to push full power into the amplifiers, and we have our best radio there, the K3 radio with a sub receiver and dedicated power, electrical power. So we're definitely gonna give you a QSO and 160.
Yeah, Ash loves 160, and it's great to have him on here today. And Uncle Gunter, Delta Kilo 5 Oscar Norway Victor, and let's see, we've got Charlie Tango 7 Alpha Bravo Delta. We expect a huge pileup during this excavation. Do you think it will be possible for a simple station using a hex beam to get through?
Yes.
Yes,
definitely. We're putting a lot of effort into ensuring just that. It's like I said, we're going to have this new system software based on statistics that will allow us to see when openings are great and when we have undeserved areas that have lots of ham population with with little pistols, which is mostly the biggest chunk of the ham population out there. And
Yes.
the operators will know instantly. The software will tell them that they are working, pistols. So we're going to continue focusing on that on the pileups. And keep in mind a few basic things that we are doing. We have full power amplifiers, we have good radios, we have receive antennas, so we can do diversity, listening into different antennas in the same time. And least but not least, the antennas are 35 feet above the sea level, right next to the beach. And our antennas, Innova antennas, are trapless, meaning antennas with no traps, so very well designed to push full powers and have maximum efficiency, so that you can hear us.
Also, make sure, Fabiano, to fill out the survey on our website, so we know we got you in our database as well.
Yeah, that's a very.
The more people fill up the form, the easier will be for us to have the tools necessary to work the small pistols.
Yeah. And we got Jimmy Cessna is on, Kilo Bravo 8 November. He's counting the days. I know you guys are counting. Otis, when do you leave Puerto Rico?
Well, I leave. It's actually weird. I'm the closest to Bouvet right now here in the Caribbean, and I think I have to travel the farthest to get to Bouvet. So I leave home on the 8th of January. I get to London on the 9th, and then on the 11th at night, 12th in the early morning, we all fly together on a military flight from Bryce Royal Air Force in UK down to Stanley in the Falkland Islands. So, and then we get there on the 12th, sometime, some 18 hours later after we board our plane. And after that, we get to the ship, sleep there, pack. Next morning, we do our safety stuff, training, and we're on our way on the 13th. So
14. Yeah.
14.
Yeah. I don't know how you sleep between now and then.
Well, I'm not sleeping. I'll sleep on the ship.
Can you believe it that exactly 1 month from today, we're going to be in the middle of the Atlantic.
Right.
Sailing.
Right. And we're going to be watching and cheering for you. We got Gary on, Kilo Fox 2, Oscar Golf, and from Puerto Rico, it's Kilo Papa 4, Juliet Radio Sierra.
Jose, yep.
And back to Portugal, Charlie Tango 1, Bravo Oscar Hotel. Look at that. Looking for Bouvet, working VKZL, the most difficult path for them through the South Pole. Having Jose on is really good. Hey, here's another super DXpeditioner. Hal, Whiskey 8 Hotel Charlie.
Oh boy.
Wishing you guys a successful DXpedition. And RF Kit, Reinhardt is on from Germany. Delta Hotel 3 November Alpha Bravo. Oh, look.
See, Hal is our Indexa Secretary Treasurer, so I gotta make sure I wear the hat. So,
there we go.
Yes.
We got Kilo Charlie 1 Sierra Quebec, and Felipe is on Charlie Tango 1 India Lima Tango.
Wow, famous people here.
New one. What a great operator. I mean,
if Felipe doesn't get us in all bands, then there's no no test for anybody else. So Felipe, really I already see you in all the bands in the log.
Kilo 1 November Yankee is on. November 7 Lima Golf Kilo, and our good friend young Michael Whiskey 3 Mike Lima Juliet, who is a great operator. Howard says, how will you be allocating your operating time between phone, CW, and FT8?
That's a really good question. I'll take this one. FT8, because we have all of our 4 radios that we can transmit at the same time. So one operator could do all 4. And then like Adrian was talking, one operator could be doing phone and FT8 at the same time. So we have our shifts. We're going to be divided into 2 teams. So we man our radios for the whole 24-hour period. And that's already in the schedule, and we know where we have to be at every single minute of the DXpedition to make sure we keep it on the air.
And you're on the island for 2 weeks? Right?
3
weeks, yeah.
3 weeks.
Well, it's all going to depend on weather. Once we get there, it's all about safety. So our guide and the captain, they'll make the call when it's safe for us to start loading.
Okay.
Every loaded vessel on the Zodiac, it's already planned, so we know what we're bringing on each of them. So if we get 1 or 2 or 3 ships across, that'll be enough for maybe one station, one antenna. And then if we get the rest of the Zodiacs in, then we'll build up camp as we go through. So probably be
cool.
depending if weather cooperates, it'll take us a day or two maybe if we're lucky to get everything in.
And back to Italy, it's India Zulu 8 Delta Victor Delta is on, and Alpha Bravo 5 Echo Bravo.
That's our
learning.
doc. He's the one taking care of us.
Yes.
He's very important, Adrian.
Oh yeah, we can't leave him behind.
Yes. He's going to get a lot of gifts from all of us before the DXpedition starts to make sure he's going to take good care of us.
Yes. And Kilo Alpha 9, Mike Delta Papa is on. Whiskey Delta 4, Fox Mike Golf. Good luck and good propagation.
Yes.
And we've got big thanks. Steve says, big thanks to DX Engineering for the ICOM satellite radios, which,
yes,
you know, we tried to help out any way that you guys need. I mean, that's what we do.
Yes, as a matter of fact, last week we have tested these satellite radios, and 2 of these satellite radios will be given to, well, already gave to the main pilot in Norway, and East Coast pilot in US, which is Steve. And we have 3 other units. 1 will stay on the boat, and 2 of them will be on Bouvet Island. So 5 in total, and we have our unlimited talk time, so we'll be able to communicate with the pilots, constantly giving information in real time to the hams around the world. So thank you, DX Engineering, for a great gift.
It's going to be good. Back to Italy, India Whiskey 3 Sierra Kilo X-Ray is on, and one of the best guys in the world. Not just a great operator, but a good friend of Otis.
That's my friend.
November,
my seatmate,
Juliet, George, who is just a fabulous guy, and can't wait to see him here. He's coming up for 160. We're going to put him on a low band.
That's a new one for him
in January. But Otis, you and George have been in the ditch together.
Oh yeah, many times. I mean, he's a great guy. I think he's got the best ears. I mean, he could pick stuff up from the little that I can barely hear. So he's really good to be my teammate there, and I can't wait to be back there, Tim, to do some more radio with you guys.
Yes. Once you get over this whole Bouvet thing.
Yeah, we'll I gotta earn my family credits back. So before I could go on another radio trip.
We've got November 4 Zulu. Great to see you guys. Just donated a few days ago. Bouvet is one of 6 I need to work them all. See you on CW.
Right.
And good luck from Al. And we've got Bob Whiskey 9 Echo Whiskey Zulu. We'll be waiting on 160. And up from Puerto Rico, Kilo Papa 3 Victor is on.
Rafa.
And we've got, here's another country. We're going to get DXCC today. Fox Golf 8 Oscar Juliet. We'll enjoy just to have
Fox Golf.
But would love to see you on multiple bands. And back out where the sun is just coming up for Saturday morning, Victor Kilo 3 Fox United. But
where is this guy?
United.
Yeah.
That's our other pilot. Yeah.
Chris, he's traveling now in the Middle East. He was there for the soccer games.
Oh, okay.
So but now he's traveling around and using, playing the radio. What else can I have?
Very rare multiplier. November 5 Papa Alpha. Alan, looking forward to working this all-time new one. We'll be at our farm for the duration. So, lots of excitement here. Let's see. We've got Whiskey Oscar 2 Tango. Stay safe and good DX. And Steve says he doesn't see the survey on the website.
On the news section,
right?
It's under the news section.
Yeah, under the news, right. And let's see, November 1, Juliet Fox United is on with us as well. Kilo November 4, Juliet Queen Bravo. Looking forward to working the team from North Florida. And let's see here. Looks like they're finding it, Adrian. November 7, Lima Golf Kilo. Looking forward to working the DXpedition. November 4, Sierra Radio Bravo in West Central Florida. And let's see here. We got Kilo Mike 4, Oscar Sierra, and Delta Julia 3, Alpha Bravo Charlie from Germany.
ABC.
Have a good trip. Oscar Zulu 4, Papa Alpha Tango from Denmark. And Victor Kilo 3, Fox Yankees in Cairo. You're right, Adrian. That's very cool. Yankee Oscar 3, India Papa Radio from your home country, Adrian.
Yes, Tony. He's pretty active in a lot of contests.
That's very
I see
cool.
them often at Friedrichshafen.
Victor Echo 5, Echo Mike Lima. I'm looking forward to working you guys. And Tyler, Kilo November 4, Juliet Queen Bravo. And let's see here. We got Kilo Delta 2, Yankee Alpha Echo, fighting the snow in northern New York. Well, you're close to that, Adrian.
Yes, I'm actually looking out the window and I see a big snowstorm, so that's okay.
That's good Bouvet practice right there, Adrian.
Yes.
Right. You're gonna
Actually,
see.
as a matter of fact, yesterday I was out with my waterproof equipment, and I asked one of my neighbors to use his hose to, water me down to make sure that the jacket works. So, of course, he was like, "It's kind of winter and it's raining, but I can't take any chances. I want to make sure that my equipment works."
That's right.
We got Kilo Bravo 2, Fox Mike Hotel is on. Very excited to be helping. It will succeed. Yeah, I mean, Otis, there's no turning back.
No, absolutely no. We're fully committed.
Yeah.
I mean, we're all the team members, all the equipment is there. I mean, it's just a matter of waiting for it. And then once you hear us in the air, we hope to really put a good show for you guys. So
Yeah.
we're looking forward to it. Absolutely.
In Sweden, it's Sierra Juliet 2 Whiskey and Whiskey 2 Oscar Sierra Radio. He says, if I was 50 years younger, I'd like to join you. And so, a lot of excitement, obviously, around this DXpedition. And we're just so glad that you guys are, you're spending a crap ton of money.
Mm-hmm. And a crap lot of time.
And a lot of time. I mean, Otis, you're going to be away from the office for
that's like 2 months.
2 months, 8 weeks.
Yeah. We're finishing up in 2 weeks, and then we take 1 week off for everybody.
Yep.
And then I'm scheduled to be back on March 6th. And luckily, I have a couple colleagues that are going to be covering me for a while. So office should be fine, and nothing's going to explode while I'm away. And then it's just come back, a few days of rest. I mean, we don't even know when we're coming back because it's so depending on weather, so many factors. So we're actually buying our plane tickets as we leave Bouvet Island on our way to the ship. So
right
then will know exactly when we're coming back. So
Adrian, IT is going to go into 8 weeks away, Adrian.
Well, it's the opportunity of a lifetime, so I put a lot of effort into getting away from home for that long. Usually, it's not an issue. I can work remotely, but this time is going to be different. So, but like I said, it's an opportunity of a lifetime. So, I'm not. Yeah, exactly.
It's now or never.
I'll take the pain, whatever it takes.
So there's a question about working satellites. What's the story there, Adrian?
Well, we have discussed among ourselves and the team and decided that we will not be bringing any satellite equipment. It's just a lot of moving parts, and we're kind of restrained with the amount of equipment that we can bring on the island. Plus, we have to dedicate, resources, both human resources and equipment. And keep in mind that the wind is atrocious on Bouvet, so staying out and trying to work satellites is not as easy as it is doing so from New York, let's say. So unfortunately, because of that, we decided to say no to the fans that would want to work us on satellite and also on 6 meters. We will try to focus on the main goals, which is human modes, 200,000 QSOs, and 50,000 uniques. And if those goals are achieved, then we'll be happy, um, at the end of the expedition. Trying to do too many things will,
it's just incredible when you think about 200,000 QSOs in 2 weeks.
Well, propagation was its own on our side, and think about it. I was in Djibouti in a DXpedition only a few weeks ago, and in about 10 days we made 90,000 QSOs, more than 3/4 of them in CW and SSB. So it's possible if you could do it from Djibouti. Of course, Bouvet, it's a lot farther than Africa, but still, it's basically the number one ingredient is the solar cycle, which is on our side. So.
One of the things that before we close up here, I want to hopefully you're seeing this, Adrian. We've got
yes.
You are one of our bloggers on all bands, and look at this. Look at this. Here it is. Adrian, you sharing this information is just great.
Well, disseminating the information is the number one ingredient for the good pileups on Bouvet. People will need to understand what it takes to get there, where Bouvet is. If you were most of us or most people will never be able to get to go on a DXpedition, let alone a DXpedition to the second most rarest DX entity. And as such, being able to give this information disseminated so that everybody can get a feeling of what's involved to get there and to put a good show, it's very important. And we're actually very glad that the DX Engineering blog is willing to host our article about our expedition.
Yeah, well, we're very proud to have you as part of the teams on allbands.com. Well, thanks very much to both of you. Otis, and Adrian, you guys are the best. And we're all hoping for good QSOs and then come back and share your story. And we're just all charged up and looking forward to it. So, Otis, thanks very much for coming on today.
Thank you, Tim. Thank you for the invite. Always available for you and for the ham radio. So looking forward to our trip and looking forward to being back on that 10-meter chair that you're sitting next to. So, yeah.
Good.
Well, it's always thank you for having us, 73, and happy holidays, and see you in the pileups.
Sounds great, Adrian. Good luck, 73. Right. And thanks for watching 73 from DX Engineering.